This video is about have a bad relationship to appreciate a good one. I will explain why having a bad relationship and then moving on successfully to someone else makes you appreciate your new future partner so much more. To find out more, please stay tuned to this video. Welcome to the SCG Show, the home of education entertainment, and please do me a favor, if you really enjoyed this video, smash that like button, I would really appreciate it. Also, my channel is sponsored by BetterHelp. Please check out their link in the description below. Full disclosure, I'm not advocating abuse, violence, disrespect, and a complete train wreck of a relationship. But as someone myself personally who has successfully exited a toxic relationship, it has changed my perspective on love, romance completely. Look, I wasn't married before and we didn't have kids, but I still see relationships with the same bright eyes as I did beforehand. And if anything now, I am far more mature, grounded, and appreciative of the right partner. Some people, when they get cheated on, betrayed, dumped, or left, they wallow in self-pity, play the victim, and become extremely bitter. They have absolutely every right to feel this way. Lord knows what they've had to endure, what to go through, and so on. A friend of mine was dating a guy who was a train wreck. No job, no prospects. He was abusive, toxic, and made her so unhappy. Eventually, when she saw the light, walked away and moved on, despite doing everything possible to try and make it work, it was the right thing to do. Then eventually she started dating a guy who went through a similar experience. His ex-girlfriend, caused drama, made him miserable. These two people initially bonded and were brought together from their toxic relationships, their former ones, and now they're happily married and one of the happiest, best couples I know. They both say, thank God for our toxic exes, we would never have met had it not been for them. Wayne Dyer, who's a spiritual teacher, often used to say our soulmates are those who we disagree with, have conflicts with, because they teach us what we need to improve on. I somewhat agree with Dyer. My ex showed me what the opposite of a happy, fulfilling, genuine relationship is. And now that I'm dating again, I'm seeing how much better people can be and are. Of course, you've got to grieve, maybe seek counselling, do the work on yourself to move on from your toxic relationship. But without that, you run the risk of falling into the very same trap and attracting just as bad, or if not worse, a toxic new person. I worked really hard on myself and my life to get to that positive stage, the one I'm at now, and I had gone through so much trauma as well. I wholeheartedly believe you need a bad relationship to better appreciate your future, healthier, more genuine partner. Let me explain more. Successfully moving on and or exiting a toxic relationship is some of the best personal growth a person can achieve in their life. It sort of goes with the everyone needs a heartbreak, and eventually the heart mends and you become stronger. Yes, what does not kill us indeed makes us stronger. I often catch up and see friends I'd not seen in a while due to the lockdowns, and they all tell me, wow, you've grown so much, SCG. And they're not talking about my belly or my height, but how I carry myself as a man. I dated my toxic ex for around 3 years, and the man I was a few years back is the shadow of a person I am today. Back then I was cocky, immature, naive, arrogant. I believe I knew everything about the world. I was also shallow, superficial, and only concerned about things on the surface. I never had a clue what a good, meaningful relationship was, because all I wanted was the superficial. She had to be good looking, had to do this, had to be like that. That was my mindset. Was it any surprise I got so badly burnt by having a serious relationship with a narcissist who made my life hell? Absolutely not. And being naive and immature, I had no idea what to do to rectify it. She had convinced me, but arguing all the time is a sign of love. We got to stick together. Give me a break. Walking away from that relationship is up there with one of my most challenging and difficult things I've ever had to do. There is absolutely no closure with a narcissist. You gotta cut contact, stay away, and literally move on as swiftly as possible. You cut off the supply so they don't hoover you back and manipulate you into seeing them again, which is exactly what they want. If it weren't for that relationship and my struggles, I would have never created this YouTube channel. A viewer wrote me the following recently in a comment. I'm so glad you met your ex, SEG, as it inspired you to create this channel. I appreciate that. But not only is that a positive, but my dating experiences have been so much better as a result now too. I am now far more appreciative of who are genuine, who want the best of me, who make the effort. I know those red flags because I really endured it. It is the little things that matter. Your personal growth will make you far more appreciative of that good relationship you may find yourself in right now or you're about to experience. Please don't forget to hit the like button if you are enjoying this video. This may seem really obvious, but you will live a far more abundant life and be so much more grateful in your newer, genuine, not toxic, positive, healthier relationship. Many people, including me, preach that gratitude is the secret to happiness, and it's so hard to disagree with such a philosophy. Now, what do I mean when I say gratitude? Here's an example. I was seeing a girl not long ago, and every time we went out for drinks or dinner, she insisted on paying. I insist, SCG, she said. It's my pleasure. I want to contribute. She would say as we would fight over the bill every time. You might think that's not a big deal, but in the years I dated that narcissist, it was very rare to see her whip out her purse or offer to pay for anything. I said to that woman I was seeing how grateful I was just for the gesture, the offer. When we're in a bad relationship, we're taken completely for granted. You become their parent almost, depending on how useless they are. You're maybe their taxi service, driving them around everywhere and anywhere. And in some cases, you become their bank manager, constantly and consistently bailing them out. And despite the time, energy, effort, and all those things that you do, when is it reciprocated? Most people in toxic relationships suffer from an enormous feeling of emptiness. They'll say, I'm never heard or listened to, I'm never communicated with at all, I'm being taken completely advantage of, I feel like they are so selfish and entitled towards me, I have never felt more underappreciated. If you've said any of what I've just said, you know exactly what I mean. And the truth is, you are 100% correct. Trust your gut, your instinct, as it knows better than anything. Successfully moving on from that narcissist allowed me to be more grateful of almost everything. The efforts other people made, the conversations, the communication, the intimacy, the gestures, the gifts, the texts, all of that and so much more. You can also carry this very positive mindset you will have towards all walks of your life as well. Your career, your goals, your friends, your family. Gratitude. Again, this may seem obvious, but my goodness, will you be so much happier in your new relationship after doing the healing and work from the toxic one, and by identifying the red flags so you avoid attracting another toxic relationship. When I was in my former toxic relationship, I would see and watch happy couples everywhere, and I was envious. Why are they so bloody happy, and I'm so miserable, was what I would think to myself. How can I make this relationship work? You cannot flog a dead horse, and trust me, I've tried many times. I tried changing my personality. I tried treading on eggshells. I tried reasoning, communicating, pleading. I tried making excuses. I only got more and more miserable. I often feel sick to my stomach. It's like you're sacrificing your personality and character, SCG, for the wrong person. My late father, God rest his soul, said it best. If there were the one for you, son, you would never be worrying, scared, or thinking about doing these things for them. You just do it. And he was right. I cannot begin to tell you how many people who were divorced, broken up with, left toxic people have gone on to bigger, better, happier, healthier relationships. I bumped into a couple last week who met after both had such horrid partners in the past. The smiles on their face were so genuine and pure and real. I asked how they were, and they looked at each other in unison and they said, "We've never been better." I laughed and said to them, "I'm so happy for you guys. I wish you well." At the point of me recording this, I'm single, but dating and seeing what happens. I'm more careful of who I want in a relationship with and what I'm seeking. But even at this early stage, I'm far happier to be out than I was being in a toxic, bad relationship. The wind has changed. Life is different. It is way more positive. I can assure you this: happiness is just around the corner in your new, genuine, good, happy, healthy relationship. Hey, thanks for watching. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. And if you enjoyed this video, here's some more content you might be interested in.